I'll call the meeting to order. I didn't know if she was ready.
If you guys want to just come in, we'll just be 1 second, just getting things started. So wherever you'd like to sit is fine with us.
I won't bite. I won't bite. I just didn't know Dad was gonna be able to hear. No.
Has everyone been, oh, did you know seen the minutes from the last meeting? And do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting, which was on June 6th?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any questions on the minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, minutes are done. Sign, you have one to sign.
I do, right on top.
Very good. Now,
Thank you.
a couple of guests, so who,
Mr. Well.
Mr. Weld, you were on here first, so if you'd like to come sit at our table? Doug?
If you guys want to come up here to these chairs. Yeah.
I'm first.
Yes, you're first.
Yes.
If you insist.
And we insist, we insist.
Are you enjoying vacation?
Eh?
Are you enjoying your vacation from the school bus?
Well, not yet.
Oh,
You're driving the camp. Yeah. Yeah, camp. We got all sorts of stuff going on.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Trying to get my wife set up with dialysis.
Oh, no.
no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Where do you have to go for that? To
Burlington.
Burlington? Oh, jeez.
Kidneys failing.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
How's her health overall?
No,
She's 80.
haven't got too excited over my
Maybe one.
vacation
Yeah,
yet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, too much to do.
In December.
Well, that's nice. Well, we invited you here because we have a gravel pit on Mineral Brook Road, and that's coming to an end soon. And we wondered about talking with you about possibly doing working out something with you to, if you're interested, working on with your gravel pit that you have on your property. And
It would be like a lease that you guys still own it. Just we pay for the gravel.
Well,
we work out the detail. I mean, just an idea that we had, and that we need to find another source
Right.
for gravel. So we thought of you, and so we thought, well, we invite you here to talk about it, and anybody else can jump in.
Well, it'd just be solely for the town, no one else. You know, not like Rosaire's old pit. Everybody goes in, you know, but
yeah.
And you know, I've never even been to your gravel pit or seen maybe you.
I've seen the back side of it where Harrison cleaned off from the property line down through, and it looks really good. And then on your end or your side, it looks a little bony, but that's fine. You know, that's fine too. We sipped it all out, so.
We crush it.
uh,
So would we enter from the other pit if we
That
get permission
doesn't-
that way, or
It doesn't really make much difference to me one way or the other. I mean, you can come in either side. I mean, just,
Because how'd you go on the pit to his place on his side?
well, there's got the old road that goes to the pit and goes to
It goes
the.
over back to the pond.
yeah.
Matt's got all of his sugar and stuff up there. That's the trouble. Most of that hill's a sugaring bush. It's Matt's sugar bush,
Yeah.
most of it.
And it's all woods, right?
The top is, yeah.
Mark Sugar Place.
Matt's.
Yeah.
Matt sugars it.
How big an area is that, Mary, you know?
That's so big.
From the south woods to the north woods and in between. But it
Well,
goes,
you know, I was just
but it
wondering
goes
if-
over through to, it connects on to La Rose's.
Yeah, if it was,
Over back. It goes
15
from Rosieres to La Rose's and then Harrison's.
Harrison's and
Then some of it's
Rogers.
Raymond's, or was
Right.
Raymond's.
well, I, you know, like I said, I'm shooting in the dark, I haven't gone up and looked at that. Say if it's a 15, 20 acre chunk,
I
would,
think it's more than 15, 20 acres.
I don't remember what it said up there.
No, either.
It's-
It's all.
how many taps does he, you look there?
How many taps does Matt have?
Oh, roughly 2,000, 2,500, something like that.
Out of that woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gotta be
Because he's got the one
relatively,
over by us too.
relatively good size then.
Yeah, it's big. It's pretty big up in there. Yeah.
And where the gravel is that where all the big maples are? Say it's
South
it's
Trail.
20, 25, yeah, what I'm getting at, say it's 20, 25 acres. If, Berkshire released like 5 acres off him, so it wouldn't hurt him, say it hurt him 500 taps, well, what you're gonna get from that 500 taps is gonna be, you know, as far as money wise, you know, you should, if, you know, if it only messes him up 500 taps and you end up, you know, making, you know, $10,000-$15,000 a year for 500 taps, it's, you know,
Right.
what, that's all I'm saying, what would be worth,
What do you pay in the yard?
well, that'd be up to you now, wouldn't it, sir?
Well,
What did Harrison's been in asking? Isn't it Harrison?
Harrison has?
Oh yeah, he's been.
Yeah,
yeah, they wanted, the backside there wanted me to sell them anything from 100 to 300,000 feet,
oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And I declined it this time. I said I didn't really perhaps need it,
yeah,
and there's no sense of taking out of the farm what I don't need.
right,
I can put it in the bank, and then the government will take it all anyway. I go in the hospital, and then you go into a nursing home, and you've got $10,000 in the bank. They use that first.
You can give me an inheritance early.
And you can put in a trust and stuff like that in your farm. Otherwise, yeah,
That
the government
is-
does screw.
That is.
Yeah, so,
The farm is in a trust, but I was gonna say something. I don't remember what.
well, I mean, so you, Mike, Mark, have you discussed this at all? Is there anything that
No,
you
I
guys
just
would
heard
be?
about it last night, and I just came with him because he's hard of hearing, so I just didn't know. But
Well,
how
town's just
does
looking
that
for gravel.
work? Because I thought if you had a gravel pit, you had to have all the permits and everything to have a gravel pit.
Well, towns are exempt from a lot of permits, see.
So if you're only selling it to us,
Municipalities
we
are
don't-
exempt.
yeah.
Okay.
That's why you don't need to go through the Act 250 and being a town, we don't have to.
And we're not looking for an answer today, we're just discussing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what I figured, but that's why I came to see and listen.
Yeah.
And we did get, Todd isn't here tonight, but he had gotten something from Munisper where they did a lease agreement with.
Right, and,
Carol, right?
Carol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy Joe was supposed to send that to me, and I don't have it for this meeting though.
A similar deal.
Put a bug in your ear about what I think
But
talk to
Richford
Matt
only
is,
pays
you know,
per yard, they don't have any agreement, they only go in, Richford only goes in and pays for what they take out per yard.
Richford?
Yeah,
Where?
they do it with Cormay Smith and stuff, so whatever they decide to take, they only pay by the yard or by the load or whichever up that way.
Well, I think if they still own the land, we'd want to come up with an agreement somewhat like that. Check and see, say, you know, like, depends how high the pit would make it, it'd be how many acres you really need, but, you know, like a 5 acre chunk, if there's any depth at all in it, take many, many, many years for the town to go through that. If there's any height at all with it, see. But, I
It
don't know.
depends on where you dig. If you start on the top, it don't take long to take it out. If you start down here,
Well, yeah, but see, that's what I mean,
well, there's from
see, I
where
don't
we
know
get-
your land, I don't know, I guess you already got a pit, and the pit, is it in the side of the sugar bush, middle of the sugar bush, is it, see, I don't know, that's what,
Well, I mean, where we take out of the pit
but by your sugar
is
house,
only
On the right of it, where it goes down back to the pond.
what you can see from the road. And if you go to Harrison's, they go on the bottom of the hill, and they're allowed to take so much depth.
yeah. So, about 30 years ago, I went in there, cut some firewood for you on that side.
Yeah.
Had to say, there was one main road that went down over to that pond. I do remember that.
Yeah,
So,
that main road goes by what we get out for a pit.
okay, that's what I remember. It's just been so
But,
many years that,
If
I kinda
Harrison
vaguely remember
comes
that
in
now.
on the back side, he's a lot lower,
right,
and
then it'd
so
be,
that's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
If you take this much off the top and do this, is one. But if you go on the other side and take this much out, it makes a big difference in what.
right,
And there again, if you work from our side, it would mean probably building a road down through. And that would be on St. Pierre's, because he leases all the land. And
yeah, it'd be all right to get, it'd be on your land though, right?
huh?
The road would be on your land.
Yeah, just through his.
Well, yeah, but
Just
he
through
leases-
his-
Through his
yeah.
lease.
Yeah.
It's on my land, except it ain't my land because he leases it for the props.
Right, right. Well, I think Mark would be easy enough to get along with if something were to
Well, yeah,
mature.
I'm just
Yeah,
throwing
Yeah.
out things that,
yeah,
because I don't know as I'd want you coming through the yard
No, I wouldn't want to come through the
we
yard.
won't, yeah, we'll do that
every
anyways.
day.
But
If anything, it'd
on
be
the-
down further, there's that entrance, well, Mark uses the entrance to go in. I mean, I wouldn't wanna come,
Yeah, out in front of the barn and then around the back and up.
yeah.
But if you're that close to Harrison, maybe we could swing a deal with him to, give him a tax break or something to use that part and start there, and then it would be pretty high where Harrison is, right?
Well, you see, his problem is he can't cut close to our fence. He's had to leave a big pile of gravel
Right.
because I'm digging down here, but
He's got to leave a 3-to-1 slope and stay
So
away
that
from. Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
so he can't cut that. So there's a lot of gravel that he's lost because he can't get.
Right, but say for instance, if we swung a deal with you and we swing a deal with him, we start on Harrison's gravel, get to yours. Like I say, this is all up in the air, but to access it,
I think it was a gut end.
it'll probably go 2 years just on Harrison's before you got there. Because
It was working with him and some. He came in back here a month or 3 ago and wanted to know if I'd be interested in selling so that because they were running low on gravel and they want gravel. And
yeah.
he says, I'll make it worth your while. But I don't know. I don't want to strip what I don't need.
Right, right.
Some people
I would say-
rather have $1 million in the bank. As far as I'm concerned, I've got a bank worth $1 million.
Oh yeah, yeah, you do, yeah.
And if you put it in the bank, then that all goes first.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but I'm a tight son. I don't give them any more than they need.
You're not alone, you're not alone.
And so consequently, I look at it that if I absolutely need, I have something that I can get.
Yep.
And if I don't need it, leave it there until maybe I won't never need it. Maybe the kids will need it. Maybe the grandkids will want it.
Yep. Yep.
You know, and so I hate to just destroy the place just to put money in the bank. So at this point, I probably would say no.
Okay. That's
But-
just food for
But
thought.
that is my reasoning, is the fact.
It's your land. You
No,
can
and
do
there's
exactly
no
what you want with
Yeah.
it, Doug.
But that is my reasoning. I know from even my father, when he was in a nursing home, first thing they did, they said, well, we'll use your money first. And when that's all gone, then we'll help you.
You got $1 million in the bank, I'll take care of you.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Well, that sounds
No, they're not.
We're using mom's money for that.
Yeah,
so.
especially with Alzheimer's, that's hard,
Yeah.
real hard.
You know,
We cleaned my
ju-
mother. We had to clean my mother's right out
Yeah.
till she had nothing.
I mean, mom's fairly well.
Then
to
they'll
do.
take care of it.
Yeah,
They-
and they take care of it.
They do, and I
but-
mean,
But they.
then they go after and
three
say,
square
well, your
meals a
house
day,
is worth
nice
so
place to
much.
live. You know, I mean, really,
And
she's
we'll take
living
a
Yeah.
hunk
a
of
lot
that.
nicer. Who
and-
gives a shit about
Yeah,
money when you're
exactly.
than her?
My mother had land, and me and my sister had to buy it from her.
And then they took that money.
Then they took that money.
Yep.
My father bought that land for $5,000 in the '60s, and me and Doreen paid $50,000 for it. Lasted about a month.
Well, it don't last long when you start paying $3,000, $4,000 a week.
No,
You know.
nope, they don't.
So I'm going to be poor.
Well, we just thought we'd reach out to you.
Well,
And
that's
ask,
fine.
see,
And I, you know,
if you change your mind, let us know. We thought it's
yeah.
close by,
Right.
and the gravel will stay in Berkshire.
I
On
can't.
the road, if you're driving the school bus, you might say, oh, that's some of my gravel.
I can't say that next year wouldn't be different.
That's right.
Well, you better be
You know?
prepared, because if there's a pothole on my road, there's and I know there's potholes on our road, isn't there?
Uh-oh.
We do
That's
appreciate you
David
guys
Garber.
coming though, we really do.
Well, he'll discuss it with the boys. and-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just food for thought. Just try to get the ball rolling. If not, hey, we understand. No.
Well, this is why I came up. I mean,
See what was.
don't know until you listen to see what,
Yeah.
and you don't have a price. You couldn't buy, you don't buy a yard of gravel, so you don't know.
I don't
No.
buy a yard of gravel.
And we don't buy gravel.
We can
so-
find out what the going price around is though, that would be easy.
I don't know what Matt gives Rosa or Martin.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what that is. I mean, it's something I could find out.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
might be good.
uh,
'Cause since
I know
we've had an
before
open
was-
pit, we haven't had to pay for gravel.
Right,
So we don't,
Right.
yeah.
but you paid a fair amount for the land.
Yes, we did.
And you paid for it, and paid for it, and paid for
Yeah,
it.
we sold the house, so that helped.
oh yeah, that pit made us a lot, saved us a lot of
Yeah,
money
yeah.
buying
But
that.
it's gone.
And it's
Yeah, it's getting there.
working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gravel.
We don't want to run out of gravel today and have to get some
You
tomorrow.
guys bought that though.
Huh?
Was
That
that
was good of
15
you.
years ago?
Oh, gonna be longer than 15
Yeah.
years.
I've been
How
here
long
for
have you been
13
at
and it was before I was here, so yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that was quite a while ago.
I think 02, 03 maybe, somewhere around there, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Because that was the year we took. How many loads did Timmy take out of that bunker there and drew over to our house and build the garage on? 74?
Oh, I don't remember having
Something like that.
I mean, Sterling Kinney and them drew out of there for my manure pit and for the pit below, and
Yeah.
you know, I mean, seems like it was 10 or 15,000 yards of gravel that were put below the barn to build that up so that they could level it and make a pit. And
And your bunker.
yeah,
Bunker you hauled a lot too.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's actually a lot there if you took it right down to the road and
Oh,
went
yeah.
up through.
Oh, geez.
I mean, if you took it down to the road and went like they
At
are
the
up
foot
there,
of the
rows
hill
here.
instead of driving on top of the hill and taking.
I was
Must
gonna
be
say,
taking
there's
off.
there's two levels
You'd be
there.
taking off 80, 90, 100 foot of gravel in elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just my pit down there. I've been selling gravel for 35 years out of there. It's quite a bit changed, but I mean, really, I got that, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
look
an acre and
at
a
your
half, 2 acres.
backyard now.
And, well, not nothing like the town always uses, you know,
Yeah.
15,000 yards a year, but,
Is that how much the town uses?
Basically.
Yeah.
yeah.
How long is that hill going to last over in St. Peter's?
Boy, that's going fast. But they got another whole other drop, 30 feet. I mean, 5 acres of it. So
Yeah.
that's going to last a long time.
I don't know. I can look in your backyard now, so.
Yeah. But there's still quite a bit of gravel there.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is what I'm saying about my hill is it depends on where you start digging as to
Oh,
where
yeah.
it goes. But
Yeah.
I kind of leave it that Matt's doing okay with the woods.
Well, it's yeah. That's,
You know, and that's what I told Harrison. The same thing. I said, you know, at this point, he's doing all right with this, so we'll leave it alone, and maybe someday that whole thing will change. And there's a lot of wood that's got to come off from it before
right.
you get to the gravel too. But that was, I guess, what we had thought. As we'd like to just hang on to it. And
Sounds good.
it's always going to be worth.
More.
Yes.
It'll never depreciate. It always will appreciate.
Yeah, because when we first started, I mean, you know, you take something out of there and shit, it won't worth a whole truckload. You wouldn't know you were worth anything.
I got some books, town books Mom had in the bathroom. You look somewhere 1937, 1940 something, right? And 6 yards of gravel, wheel of gravel, 15 cents.
That's what it was worth.
Yeah, 15 cents. But you know, it's just,
Yeah.
Well, you see that whole road from our place all the way down and across, out across, was all built of our pit. Judd Cucci drew it. And
that's a
it was all drawn,
name I haven't heard of for a while.
but it was. I mean, Dad gave him the gravel.
Yeah.
Told him to fix the road so it was decent. Now some of the rocks are coming back up through that they put all the stone walls in the road.
So was your dad the first there, or was his dad? How many How many
Us
generations?
kids are the 10th generation.
Oh, wow.
It was,
You kids are the 10th generation?
We're the 9th or 10th generation, us kids there.
So like you went since 1821, be well since
well, I don't
1790.
know, one time, I was told I was the 7th generation.
Okay, then we've been 8.
Yeah. That's still something, though. Think about it, wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because my grandfather's father was there. They let the farm out for a couple of years, and when they went back in, they found that some of the beams had burnt because they'd put wet hay in, and,
Yeah.
but it just never burnt. It scorched them all.
That was all loose hay back in.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that. You take a forkful and you walk a whole length of the barn and throw it in, drag it a whole length of the barn, feed the cow.
You remember that?
Oh, I do.
Make a kid do that this day and age.
Yes, I have some fond memories.
Well, all right.
All right.
On to your
Well,
next.
thanks for coming over.
Yeah, we'll
Appreciate it.
discuss it with
Yeah.
Mark and Michael.
And we can get you the information about how much gravel's going for now. We don't know, but we can check with,
Yeah.
get you just some figures for you to
Yeah.
think about, and do that. So, but-
Well, that's what basically what I was wondering was what is gravel going for right now? And it's more than it was back
Yeah,
when
more than
they
15 cents.
I would say,
I think it's around
See, we didn't
450.
even get.
I was gonna say around, it's gotta be around
$4.
$4 a yard.
We gave
Oh,
it
wait.
to Judd and told him that if he could get the damn road fixed up,
That'd be good enough. Yeah.
we'd furnish the gravel.
Oh, there you go.
So they dug in there at that point. Then there was one vein of sand in there that it's just hard, very fine sand. And I put that in where I put the bunker. I had that all drawn down, a lot of it, put down. And as of today, I bet you can't find only maybe one crack in that cement in 140 feet.
It's like my mill, anything there. That's all on gravel there. You can't, all that concrete on monolithic slabs, you can't find no cracks. That doesn't move anywhere.
No?
I got that sand over underneath my garage.
Yeah.
And we found that the only packing we did was what we drove on. You dump a load, you push it over, and you backed over that load. And when we started out, I told them what I wanted, and wow, it'll only take about a few loads, and we'll have that all graded right out. Didn't realize that when we got to the other end, it was going to be 12 feet.
Mm.
Yeah. Pretty
To
high.
level from the barn. Yeah.
Right.
It
Right.
all looked pretty, well, it was downhill a little bit, but you know. low-
Back when Orland built, Bozo built, Robert Archambault built, all that sand came from my pit. And 50 cents a yard I charged them. Well, then,
So you could have all that money in the bank too.
that pit usually pays all my taxes every year. That's what I like about it. Don't have to dig anywhere else. That's where.
Yeah.
So consequently, you know, we've taken a lot of dirt out of there, and yet it's just done what we needed.
Yeah.
But I do know that sand, once you pack it, stays put.
Mine too. Same run I got.
Yeah.
When I built across the road there in my pine yard, 6-7 feet, take a trail load. Timmy did that. Him and Rick, they dumped. All I did was push it with a bulldozer, back up. That truck would sink this much, 6 foot of fresh stuff, and it's all it would sink. That stuff just compact,
Oh,
nice stuff.
Yep.
I was Who was it that was doing that? Did the pit. He had a payloader. And the first comment was, he says, that shit is going to bust my payloader digging it. It was that hard.
Yeah, I got some of that too.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
For coming.
thanks. And if you do discuss it, just say like, as far as the permit process and stuff, there's no.
Okay.
And
like
if it's
I
nothing you
said,
guys are interested in for 10 years, or just maybe if you ever are, try to give the town of Berkshire
What I say today
a
doesn't
stab at it.
necessarily mean what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Well, it's-
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're flexible.
So,
I was gonna say, you never know.
Right.
thank you very much.
All right, guys. See you later.
See you
Thank
later.
you.
Yeah.
Emily.
Hi.
Thank you.
Sure. My grandfather started a gravel pit in New
I think
Hampshire
this might be why she's
many,
here.
many years ago, so. And I
Good
came,
money in gravel now.
it's something. A lot of the family's still in it. So I just came to give an update on the school zone speed limit that we had
Oh,
talked
okay.
to V-Trans about. After some emails and a Zoom call, the traffic engineer figured out that the state doesn't set the limit on that road, that it's the town jurisdiction, because it's a class 2 town highway. So is this?
Well,
We
let them, we've already done this since I've been on the board 3 times. People want to do this. Had the state come up and they put a meter there to count the traffic.
To test it, yeah.
Like I said, I've done that, I believe 3 times already.
3 times they
And the
come up
state
and
said,
sat there and
yeah,
watched the
they,
traffic.
they don't, they thought everything, what was the last time, 6-8 years ago or so?
Yeah.
They thought everything was fine, the way it was. They
So
don't
they
want to
came
slow
and
traffic
did it.
down. They did the
Yeah.
whole study, I believe, and it been, Vince?
Yeah.
Minimum 2, maybe even 3 times, because every few years somebody wants to
Yeah.
put stop signs, 4-way stop, or slow the traffic down, or,
Make it a school zone.
and we've had, now the state, because it's 118, it's a town road,
Yeah.
but the state, we let them use it as a state highway,
Okay,
which was part of a deal when we gave them 108 to Enosburg. They took that over as long as they could use this as a state highway.
okay.
Still a town road, but used as a state highway. I don't know if you told them that or anything, but.
No, I mean, this guy's been there for 3 or 4 years and looked it up. and
Yeah,
finally
so
said,
this is a
"What's
whole
it,
different
118
bear than a regular town road.
Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay, so when I brought this up a few months ago, did you not remember that it had been done? Like,
I guess I wasn't
It was
here.
done, but we didn't know actually
Oh, okay.
when.
That's why
Okay.
we thought the state was going to.
interesting. So
Just
that's
come
it's
I don't
good
remember.
information.
I don't.
Maybe
I
wasn't.
wasn't here that day then, because I would have told
Um,
you. This.
Yeah, you've got some good
Yeah.
history.
I kind of
you know
remember
what I mean?
some stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Lisa Hango, I believe, was one of them that wanted to
So
do that
she was
once.
sort of in on it, and she sort of,
And-
once the
and-
email came back, she goes, "Oh yeah, now I do remember that." So it's a funny thing that.
I'm surprised I remember that, but I remember it was one Lisa, and then there was.
Fergard, Sharon Fergard, Sharon.
No, she wasn't.
No, I don't think Sharon,
Oh, she was
Sharon had
No.
anything to do with
Could've been
that.
the
But
fathers.
and the thing we got was just like I told you. The state said we don't want, because some people wanted, we don't want to put stop signs in, and we don't want to slow vehicles down if it's not necessary. And then they took over all the years. It's been in the last 20 years. It's a couple, 2-3 bad accidents.
Oh, yeah. Several
Real bad.
Although
But,
interestingly, they sent me the traffic reports
And
from.
they-
there's only been one since 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the last
since-
5 years.
Right, but I mean, over the last 30, 35 years, there's been like that motorcycle fatality, but that could have happened anywhere. That's, people going off, like
Yeah.
stop sign or not, that,
Right.
some of them are just accidents.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't have a worry, nope, there's not enough accidents there, there's not enough, everything they said was leave it alone. And this was, 6, 8 years ago,
I
something.
was gonna say
still
that this.
have that.
It's been a while back.
This sounds like a new guy. So he's been there for 4 years in his
Maybe,
position,
yeah.
and he.
Oh, it
So it's
was,
interesting because he's saying it's up to the town, and he's suggesting there's a process where you do a speed spot study. So it sounds like what you're talking
yeah,
about.
been there, done
Um,
that.
So basically, if the town, this group, is interested in trying to change it, it sounds like you can. but I also hear what they're saying in regards to, you can't set it artificially low because people are gonna go 50 or 60 anyway, if
Right.
that's what they feel is the safest speed. So-
And I'd want to
There's
look
a-
into it because of the way that's what they use it as a state road.
Right.
Okay,
They don't use this as a town, this is used as a state highway.
But isn't it already marked at 35?
no.
No, it's
There's
50.
yeah, and there's a school
Going
zone
across this way,
sign.
it's 30.
Yeah, it says.
There's a sign that's a school zone, but the speed limit doesn't slow.
Oh,
Which, and that's where I came at it from is, every other town around here it slows down. Even the ones that are ridiculously, Montgomery's up a hill, kids are nowhere near.
Right.
The school is actually pretty close to the road.
Yeah.
And it's just since I've been there my
But
kids have been there.
before Montgomery built that school there, that speed was that speed.
Oh, that's interesting. So
Yeah,
you've got
they
some
didn't
pretty
slow it
history.
down,
That's good stuff.
they
didn't slow
slowed
it
that
down
down
for the school,
right.
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 I remember that when I was a kid, 16 years old, and that was the same speed
Oh,
as
that's
it.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So they didn't slow it down because of the
That
school.
Park is past the school a little bit in Montgomery.
It must
Yeah,
be
the
village
playground.
limits.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, must be village limits or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
they did not change that a bit.
That's interesting. So, once I learned more about it and I understand the reasoning not to artificially lower it, I had sort of thought there must be something out there that said, oh, school zones have to be 35. And the more I dug into it and talked to people, I realized that's actually not the way that it works. So I'm willing to go do other things and not worry about it unless this group really wants to
Well,
see it
we
change.
put that measure, the
Speed car.
speed cart down in West Berkshire and the speed limit there is 35. Well, I think some people did slow down. The rest of them, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Just shoot right through.
Does it record? Can
This
you
That
one,
one-
we got it from the
Sure.
District 8.
Yeah.
They allowed us to use it just to, see how.
Yeah, that goes right through the town. Houses both sides close,
Yeah.
and people still.
Yeah,
Can
you
you-
can
can
you can buy the ones that do record.
That would be interesting, just as
Yeah.
just curiosity.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
So it didn't
But
real
then again,
slow,
it's
but,
just lack of enforcement. I mean,
Yeah.
you go through there, break speed.
Somebody still has to police it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the dirt road by down below the Minnebrook Road, on this. Remember, she came up a few years back, ride your horses on that 25 miles an hour zone. It's like all dirt roads in the state of Vermont are posted as 50 unless otherwise posted. Their speed limit's 50, and I said, not that everybody goes 50 all the time, but it's just some people go 70. You can put it at 25. You're not going to stop them people going
Right,
70.
yeah, and that's what
you're not going to stop them at all.
Right.
So, there's pros and cons to both of that.
Yeah. And the more I read about it, the more I was really surprised to say, they want a balance between the speed that motorists drive that they feel safe and what's around,
Yeah,
the road.
yeah.
Because if you set it artificially low,
Right.
people aren't going to, there's not going to be any enforcement. The cop, if they go to court, they're not going to be able to enforce the ticket.
Like I
because-
said, at least twice, maybe even 3 times, this has been brought up, and
Right. You should-
they come up, do that speed, they
Right.
count the traffic,
Yeah.
and they recommended, nope, don't change it.
Yeah.
So-
We should type up a paragraph. Keep it in your files. In 5 years when somebody else comes. You
Well,
can
that's
be
why I said, I'm
like,
gonna look it
Yeah.
up and
There you
I'm
go.
Well,
actually
we had
gonna pull
people
it
sitting
forward and be
here
like, we
with
did this, here we go.
clipboards,
Yeah.
checking the traffic as they went by.
And then the state never says, when David was forming, it's coming off the Ridgeford Road, we double gated that, double stop signs, one on each side of the road. State guy came up and said, no, don't do that, take one down. It's only supposed to be on one side of the road. 6 months later, another state guy come up and said, oh yeah, that's a good idea, put 2 gates. And they're all from the traffic
right, yeah.
division,
Oh,
so.
that's frustrating. All right, so I'll drop it.
Do some more homework.
Yeah, good. I'll go,
Well, thank you though for your effort. to-
Well, yeah, you're welcome. It was, interesting to figure out
Yeah.
how speed limits are set in Vermont. I feel
Yeah.
like I could give like a school report on it now.
Yeah.
So I know.
So I did let them know with Lisa's message
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
town
yeah,
forest
yeah.
that, you had basically let her know what.
Yeah,
'Cause I was-
I think there's a funny thing with the town forest that people think it's like the Enosburg forest, like there's a bunch of trails and, people don't
Right.
understand why it's not signed and there's no information about it. And so I just let Lisa know, And it's interesting that she
You don't wanna go in there if you're not used to being in the woods.
emailed me about, there's no signs, there's no parking,
Yeah.
there's nothing there.
No.
So it's all.
No, if you
so
don't
I
know how
sorta-
to walk through the woods or nothing, you will get
I
lost
sort of
there.
sent her back to cause she wanted to put, so it started, she sent me an email.
Yeah, and it
wanted
came to me
Emily
that
to
she
post
wanted me to
something.
put it on the website that we have a town forest to open it up, so that's why, but she did let her know and to let, that we really should, the planning commission is coming to a meeting, they were supposed to be here tonight to discuss.
Yeah, I wouldn't
that.
put that on the website or nothing
No,
until the
that's what
townspeople
she-
all want it, and you know, I mean,
Yeah,
that,
so
that's
Emily let
something
her
that-
You should,
know
maybe you
that,
could forward the email to
Yeah.
train to these guys. So that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
It was putting the cart before the horse.
Right.
To do
In that-
anything like
in that case you are, yeah.
Because you've got three, at town meeting, you got three different groups. One group saying sell it, one group saying develop it, one group saying leave it
Yeah.
exactly alone.
yeah.
So it's being discussed and she can jump on board that, into the
Right.
discussion, but that it's not ready for.
right, and
For
because
anybody
a lot
to
of
put
people
any-
out there
anything.
think the same thing,
Yeah,
so
because it's used for a couple of hunters and,
Yeah.
my husband walks the dogs on snowshoes in winter and that's
Yeah.
it's about all that happens
Right.
in town forest right now.
Yeah.
So that'll be up for discussion. But.
Right, so hopefully they show up to the next meeting, because they were
We
supposed to
did
be
have
here
a
tonight
forester
to
go
discuss
through
it.
there and check
Yeah,
out stuff,
yeah.
so that was
Yeah.
a step.
Strangely, I walked past her as she was doing it. I had
Oh,
a
really?
great chat. I was
Oh,
walking the dogs. We live right
Yeah.
we're on King Road right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Walter had COVID, so he couldn't make it. And
Oh, is that what's?
yeah,
okay.
Walter had, or his wife has COVID, and Josh couldn't come because only one of us has to put the kids to bed. So.
Yeah. Well, we do appreciate you coming.
Very, thank you for listening and for
Yeah.
filling me in on the project. So.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
very welcome.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You
Or
too.
good night now. All right.
Highway, Danny's up.
Well, we're trying to mow roadsides.
Did a nice job on the water tower road when I looked at.
Yeah, Sean's doing it.
Looks good.
Yeah, Sean's doing a good job. The only one we got right now is the boom mower. Enosburg has got
Oh,
the other one. They should be done with it this week, and we'll
Snap.
probably run around their blacktop.
So what do you do
again.
next year? You get it first? And then-
No, we usually get it first all the time, but
Oh.
somehow we,
so why did we end up with the bill if they've got it?
because we went down and bought parts for it.
But they usually split, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
they.
yeah, no, they're gonna, I was just curious if they've got it, why we've got the parts.
Well, we've already put the parts in.
Oh, okay.
We ordered them a month ago
Oh.
just to
okay.
make sure we can get them.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, we should have it back this week, and then we'll probably go back around our blacktop to get it back a little bit more, because the boom mower's a little bit shy. And we're kind of somewhat cleaning up behind the guardrails, mowing them. I've been up on the Berry
Can't
Road.
spray them.
I'd like to.
No, don't do that
You got
again.
trouble that time,
Oh
right?
boy,
No.
got my hand slapped on that one. I've been on the Berry Road, taking shoulders off, and Berry Hill, we ditched it, stone lined it. I'm hoping I can go all the way right up to the end of the Berry Road. We've never done that. You get on one road, I'd like to go all the way to the end, finish it, but we'll see.
How many miles of blacktop did you do?
How many miles of blacktop did we do?
Yeah.
Is that a mile and a half? I never measured it.
I don't know, it doesn't say on there?
It just says
Should've.
tonnage. I don't think it says the miles.
No, it
Said
probably
it-
does on the quote they sent us.
Yeah.
$241,000.
100.
Can't get us 2 miles. $150,000 a mile, a little over.
Yeah, 'cause last year it was like 100,000 a mile, and this year it was 60% more.
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
I thought it came out good.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Yeah, it's just a little short,
Yeah.
Like always.
like always.
Good story.
And besides that, I think everything else is going as usual.
I have a question, and this is probably, I don't know the answer. On my road, on all four, like on Main Road and then coming from Enosburg, there are signs that say 35 miles an hour, and they're slowing down for the village. Should there be a sign up above my house somewhere? Because somewhere there's that village line up the hill that the speed limit should go down. I mean, most people are coming down there pretty slow, but there are some people coming down, like, just before I got here tonight, the UPS man
Oh,
was
good lord.
flying down the hill, and he took that curve onto Short Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there was a kid in the road there, that kid would have been flattened out. But I don't know if a sign would make him slow down or not. But it's like,
Probably technically, there probably should be one. I don't ever remember seeing one, but that doesn't mean there wasn't one at one time or the other.
If it would make you feel good, you could do it, but it might be just a false sense of security.
Right.
One of them deals.
Okay.
Most people that drive off that road actually know the road. It's not like they're coming from Canada and, so they already know what they're
well,
up
Well,
against.
That used to be like
you're talking
Potato Hill.
Potato Hill Road.
Yeah. There's a lot of new people up there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And people that work up there and come back down, and some of them go pretty fast. Most of them don't. I mean, you could do the speed limit, but some of them go
So top of the hill, you'd like to see what?
a 35 mile, because the other roads coming into the village area say 35 miles an hour back so far.
Right.
And that's the only
Even
one
at
that
coming
doesn't.
off Middlebrook Road, there's an old 35.
Yeah.
Right. And really from there, like say top of the hill by Bill's or whatever, Tim's old place coming down. I mean, I could see that. 'Cause
Yeah.
nobody should shoot over that hill doing 50 anyways.
No.
You really gotta slow
Right.
down
Oh,
and
yeah.
stop.
Oh, yeah. Because sometimes they're coming down.
We can put one up. I mean, it's.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I mean, no, it won't.
You got one? Or you have to order one?
No, we'd have to order it.
But, I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know what would slow anybody down, but just as an idea.
You need a motion? I'll make a motion. We keep Vince happy.
Now,
We put a 35 mile
Okay,
an hour.
so now that you're on
No,
a roll,
I'm
what
picking.
else do you
I
want?
make a motion, we put a 35 mile an hour
I'd be more
sign
upset if I
up
had
on
kids
top
my
of
own.
Potato Hill coming down this
I mean,
way.
it's-
Because I can remember, well, probably you two played in the road. Our kids always played in the road there. And it was safe, even in the winter, sliding down the middle of the road.
I
on
used
a
to ride
sled
my
and
horse
stuff.
speedy up and down that road all the time. but-
I wouldn't do that now. The kids across
Oh,
the
you're
street
saying-
are playing in the road all.
Yeah.
No, we can go. We can get a
Okay.
sign up.
Well, thank you. Oh, thank
All
you.
in favor?
All those in favor?
Right.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
I get a bunch of signs. Well,
I don't care if it's old and rusty.
I'll even make it.
I get a bunch of signs already ordered. But
So anything else, Dan? Thank you.
not that I can think of right
Anybody
now.
else have questions for Dan? Requests? Thank you.
Oh,
Request.
How much more gravel?
I do need some stripping done.
Okay,
Oh, really?
well,
Yes.
I'll get on that because I got, now I'll go over, go through my bulldozer and, you want me to strip? I see you strip some back with a,
I stripped quite a ways back here, but right now I'm moving about 4,000 yards out of the bucket.
I'll have to push down into that level
Yeah. Well, just find a day and come down with me and I'll show you
and,
what.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
supposed to come. Oh, okay.
Just it?
No,
I'm okay.
can do, cause I gotta get that bulldozer out, back to the sawmill, fix it and, other places that needs to be.
Okay, now we're up to click.
Danny, you got the Better Roads grant for the Reservoir Road, Structure 11, whichever culvert that would have been,
Oh, that's the one below Doug Wells.
that
Well,
we're
I
waiting for
better-
the hydraulic setting on. but
Yeah.
either way- No, it's fine, we got the grant, and I think it's good till next year. though.
What's the River Road, what's that culvert thing deal about? They're shutting down still or no?
No, yeah, it'll be shut down until,
Where?
the first culvert past the tracks headed toward.
Everybody can get out one way.
Yeah.
And where?
Huh?
River Road, right across the
Right, you know
river.
where the rail trail crosses on, Doug King's side?
Yep.
Not by Benoit's, the other end.
Yeah, there's a,
Oh, I saw that, I didn't know what was going on there.
There's
Yeah,
a-
I understand now,
yeah,
yeah.
there's a culvert there and it's given out. And there's no way I can fix it, so. yeah, it
So
has to
throwing
be-
that part of that road up, that house is going on the corner,
Well, actually,
really, you don't have to.
I mean, it's, people
Hey,
can get out,
Over in
so.
Eden, that road washed out, the one right at the bottom of the hill there.
For whatever reason.
That washed out must be 5 or 6 years ago now, and there's still no through traffic. You go this way or that way, but it's a loop, so people go.
Yeah. See, that's the side of it.
Yeah, they put me down.
Oh yeah,
It was poured in place.
yep.
So
Yep, just a motion to.
that's the only thing holding the road in there now is just the stones. They
Yep.
for some reason, pile of stone up around it.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the Better Roads grant.
I'll make that
Accept
motion.
it.
So that's on
Accept.
culvert 11.
It says structure 11 on the
Structure
grant that
11.
we did, and I'm pretty sure that was,
Well,
I mean, I
all of
can
them-
look it back up.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but-
Well, they told me to put in for a hydraulic study, and like you said, we haven't got that yet. But
Yeah,
Okay, all those in favor?
All right.
Right.
like I said, I'm pretty sure this is good till 2023. Yeah,
you're right.
they give you another 20. So the next thing I have is the letter of intent for the municipal roads grant. This is just to say that we plan on getting a grant whenever we decide what we're gonna do. But this has to be in by Friday.
So, we need a motion to
Send the letter of
send the
intent?
letter of
I'll
intent.
make a motion, we send the letter of intent, for them accepting
second
the
it.
grant.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And no one has to sign it? Oh, do I have to sign it?
Yes, please
Please, so-
sign that, yeah, that one you have to sign. The next thing I have then is just the paving loan thing here that we, you guys approved it the last time, we
Yeah.
just gotta.
I saw that, there was
everybody signs.
175,000.
Yeah. Because we,
So now we have to approve it? You already,
you approved getting it, we just have to approve that you're accepting the terms and conditions and you guys sign it for me.
I'm just signing it,
That's all.
okay.
Yeah,
And what's the interest rate?
2,
Give it now.
yes, exactly, that was
Yeah.
my thing.
Other rules, okay.
The road.
And it's just the short term, it's, good.
I
till
think they're
December.
pretty good.
Jesus, a couple weeks ago I went up by,
Okay, I need a motion to approve the paving loan.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, and it's 3 pages.
So we have to sign all three
Sean
pages.
was doing it
Yes,
by the
please.
Mike, except
The
for
rest are up to me to sign.
King Road,
Oh yeah,
Jones Road, King Road, and I thought he did a hell of a nice job.
he's doing a good job on
I
it.
thought, I stopped him, looked, I said, man,
Yep.
this looks nice, you're doing a good job. God, that took me 6, 7, I said, yeah, but you're crowning it, as long as you, no matter how long it takes, if you got a good product, then it will stay.
Yeah, he's doing a.
He said you guys are all busy, so he was up there working himself.
Yeah.
So we all gotta sign each
We're doing the
sheet.
Yeah,
grading a
please.
little different this year. Usually we just go through and grade roads and this year when they get bad, then we're doing them and putting the chloride down.
Yeah. So I asked him, you gonna put chloride in it, cause he had it nice and rounded and everything. He's, yeah, I plan on doing it today for, and
He didn't do it fast enough, though, did he?
I don't know. Do you get bitched at?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well. Send them my way.
Usually I'm the one that gets them, but I just kind of text Danny, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Here you go. Like, you can do whatever you want with it, I passed the buck.
She doesn't bitch as much as everybody else does.
So, Randy Shagnon from the, on the rec committee wanted to know if the town could go over and brush hog the driving range, if the highway crew could.
For what?
I don't know, I didn't ask her, she just sent me an email.
Are they
You don't
using
have
it now?
I don't
No.
know, I don't know if they just
No,
wanna
that
knock
thing,
it
I told
down.
them that, it was the last of the year,
Yeah.
last of the year.
Alright, we can do it, but we don't have brush hog.
Oh. So I will clarify with her exactly what they want done and why they want it, because maybe they just want it
Maybe
knocked
they-
down.
I
Just
think you
knock it
just
down,
wanna
like,
clear
it. Go over there and
if
just
your
knock
cutter would work that and just lay it down.
Yeah,
I
probably
mean,
would.
it was all lawn, so it can't be gonna hit anything.
Because it's only what, the first year they haven't, because it was being, I think, mowed last year, right?
Oh,
Or
looks
maybe
it.
it's
It's
been 2
been,
years.
yeah,
Yeah, 2 years.
must be, cause
We can put our mower, I mean, we do roadside, so.
that mower will knock it down, that's all they want.
Yeah, that's all they want, just somebody go over there and knock it down.
That is too one thing, be prepared for a new mower here in another year.
We just had a new mower.
They don't last long on side the road.
So that's,
They
yeah,
take
you
a-
will go,
they take a
yeah,
beating.
just let her know you guys will do it at some point.
Yeah,
Well,
Well, you gotta wait
how
for
much
the
is
mower
the
to come
mower?
back.
That one costs what, 8,100, I think?
something like
When
that.
it 80, I think it cost us 8,100, and we split it with Enosburg. 6, 7, 5, 6 years?
5 years.
5 years ago?
Wow.
Yeah.
They do take a beating,
Yeah, roadsides, gravel and
Right.
stuff.
yeah. I mean, the gearbox, the turtle's already quarter of a turn, the gears are
No
it's
shit.
so worn out. So,
Keep full of oil and all that in
and it's
there?
full of oil. They take a pounding,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no. Miles
But,
and
I mean,
miles
it's-
and miles.
We should get through this year, no problem, and maybe we might even get through next year, but it's just something,
Yeah,
when it goes, it's gonna go. There's no,
I'm gonna get a new one.
That's it for me.
Thank you.
That's it for you?
That's it for me.
Anybody else have anything else?
Nope.
Good to see Anthony here.
We miss you.
You're lucky my wife woke me up. I said, wake me up. You're like, well. After I eat 6 o'clock, been out in the sun all day. I said, I can't miss this meeting. Took me 5 minutes to get up. Like, whoa.
That's good. So I have a
Too
motion to
much for
close
an
the
old
meeting.
man. Yep.
Yep.
I'll make a motion we close the meeting.
The meeting is closed.